And I'm also one of those audience members too, where I'm like, if I feel something, I will express it. Or, if someone's struggling on stage, then I'll be like, you can do
it. Yeah. Welcome, everybody, to Casting for Two, the podcast, as always, hosted by me, Chris. Welcome, everybody, to episode number 569 of the podcast. I was thinking about how I intro the show, and I couldn't, for the life of me, remember what I said until I sit down and record an intro. It just pops out of me. So there's that. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another phenomenal episode. We have a wonderful guest. They just exude sunshine, rainbows, and ice cream. I'm just going to leave that there. Of course, if you'd like to follow me on the socials or the website, castingfor2.com is a place to find me. So go do that. You're welcome. My guest today is a wonderful singer, songwriter, musician, spoken word, anything. Kimmortal is on the podcast, and they have a new EP, a debut EP, Sunniest of Days, and it's available now to listen. Everybody listen to the chat and then go and listen to the EP, okay? They worked hard on it. But I'm done talking, all right? So everybody sit back, relax, and Kimmortal, take it away.
It's going good, thank you. I'm just in Winnipeg right now. Yesterday I finished my first show in Winnipeg, and first Jazz Fest here, and preparing to go to Calgary tomorrow.
Okay. And you're from Vancouver?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm from Vancouver, and but my family first immigrated to Winnipeg from the Philippines. So my mom, I was born in Vancouver, but I have family in Winnipeg, and so
nice. So a little bit of a home, welcome home, I guess.
Totally, exactly.
Nice. I have roots in. I say roots, but I lived in Victoria for a bit, and I love BC. That's just kind of, that was my jam. So
it's beautiful.
Yeah. I miss Canada so much.
Where are you based right now?
So I'm based in Texas, and
oh wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Texas, where in Texas?
I'm in San Antonio.
Okay.
So luckily it's one of the more forward-thinking parts of Texas. So that's nice. But still, I'm just like, ugh. I hate saying that I live here because I get, oh really, or stuff like that. But I'm like, sorry. I'm originally from Oregon though, so that's kind of where my heart is.
Oregon.
Yeah. But yeah, and so that's why when you we were talking about area or time zones, my brain is so in tune to the Pacific time zone that I never want to give that up. So any kind of scheduling I do for the podcast, it's always in Pacific. Nice. Just because I'm so used to it, and then it's like, okay, and then 2 hours later it's in Central. So my brain is just, if being good at time zones was a superpower, I have that, so.
There you go.
But so this is a pretty loose podcast, and we can chat about anything and everything. But I am always curious, fascinated, interested in finding out when you got bit by the bug. And so, when did you get bit by the music bug?
Oh, I would say, I got bit by the music bug when I was in my third year of university, and I learned of this local open mic in Vancouver that was bi-weekly. It was like a bi-weekly open mic event at an Ethiopian restaurant that's no longer around anymore. Every Tuesday, every other Tuesday, and it was called Foundation Nights. And it was spoken word artists, rappers, singers, anyone who wanted to share on stage in like an intimate kind of space. That was one of the first times I remember being like, oh, I'm gonna rap on my guitar one day in this room.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would say that's when I got bit by the music bug, to like particularly write my own music and perform it.
Okay. So was it kind of like something in your brain triggered where I don't want to speak for you, but maybe you were just like, I can never do that. And then once you actually saw it, like something just triggered like, oh wait, it is possible. I can do this. And that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Exactly. Yeah. And like the thing that, so like before I was performing my music, I actually was just reading excerpts from my journal on stage, or like I would just, write a poem. So it was less about bringing it to music, but I think it clicked when I was at these open mics where I was like, you know what? Everyone is kind of trying new things. So I'm going to do that too.
And, obviously, it's a room full of creators and no one's going to like shame you or boo you for trying something different, a new, for testing out your creativity. So I love that.
Yeah, exactly. Like just everyone was so encouraging of each other. And I'm also one of those audience members too, where I'm like, if I feel something, I will express it. Or, if someone's struggling on stage, then I'll be like, you can do
it. Yeah. Oh, that's wonderful. There's nothing more, I don't know, romantic, helpful, like encouraging, just all of that, all the goodness in life when it comes to just a bunch of creatives in a room supporting each other. The older I've gotten, the more I just value creativity, and it's a wonderful thing that I feel like I don't want to say nobody nurtures it, but we need to help all of us each other out, and I love that.
Yes.
Yeah. Especially since obviously we all come from different walks of life and have different stories. And that's, partly why I have this podcast, is because I want to find out more about people and their lives, and, maybe, especially when it comes to musicians, I secretly want to take the songwriting abilities, because I can't write a song to save my life, but I'm just like, if I talk to enough, maybe something will stick one day. But it hasn't happened yet. Not yet. Soon, hopefully. I don't know. Who knows? But so, hearing that you were doing poetry before, when you started writing out these poems in your journal, was it ever What was were you ever afraid to have somebody read your writings or even read your writings to other people?
I feel like before I was less afraid.
Hmm.
Now I'm more afraid, which
Oh,
is kind of not afraid. I wouldn't say afraid, more
yeah.
like a little more shy
Hmm.
and embarrassed a
Hmm.
little bit. 'Cause like when I was young, like I remember I flipped through my like old high school sketchbook
Hmm.
and like the things I would share are just so personal.
Mm.
And like on stage too, like in my 20s, early 20s, like a lot of emotional, probably unprocessed trauma.
Mm.
And I feel like the difference between now and before is like I'm a little more intentional
Mm.
about what I want to
Hmm.
share. And like I really question, okay, do I really want to put this out into the universe? Like,
Right.
do I really want people to hear these specific, sentiments or thoughts? So so that's what I would say to that. But I do wish, not wish, but my younger self kind of inspires me today. Like,
Mm.
cause I'm like, oh, I did that. So I already did that. So like I can do that again, like,
Yeah.
and I'm wiser now. And like, yeah, but there was a little, I was a little more I was a little more like I would share,
Hmm.
I would really emote and
Hmm.
express my innermost woes when I was an emo Filipinx
Hmm.
high school kid in a private school
Yeah.
in in Surrey, where I don't know, art was my main outlet.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
I love that. Look, uh, I feel like as people of a certain age, and I'm including myself in this, we all have an emo phase. I would wear blazers, jackets to school, and I grew out my hair, all that good stuff.
mhm,
I mean, I'm not saying that I
nice.
was like a fake emo, but I love emo. I
Mhm,
love that, especially
mhm,
that genre of
mhm,
music. But there's
mhm,
something, like you're saying how you were when you were younger. There, there's something about being young and just fearless, and
mhm.
it's wild to think, oh wow, I did that when I was younger versus now. Yes, we're older, we're wiser, and no, we would never get into a random car with a bunch of strangers and travel across the country. But
Mhm.
why did our younger self do that? It's just, yeah, it's amazing how, I guess because, again, I don't know why, but maybe because we're older, we have more at stake. I don't know, like,
Right.
I don't know, but yeah, there's something about being young and afraid and just like, man, can I just harness that energy for a little bit, at least for a couple of songs?
Yeah, I am trying to do that. I am trying to write more songs that are really just emotional.
Mm.
Like like there's no clear like message
Mm-hmm.
outside of just like I need to express this like intense love or like intense angst,
Mm-hmm.
like for the sake of just wanting to release those emotions.
Mm-hmm.
So I am kind of interested in that. Like I think that exists in like the pop realm is
Mm.
like like expressing. Yeah, I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm trying to write songs that I think my younger self would wanna would rock with,
Mm. Okay.
and it's yeah. So
I love that. I love that. And so, just kind of talking about music and you have an EP out. Uh, and I'm curious, what, when we talk about writing, what was the one song on the EP that, I don't know, maybe it took a little bit extra time than the other songs, whether like the lyrics or the music, just something wasn't gelling.
Mm. What song on the EP where like it was kind of difficult to write lyrics because something wasn't gelling?
Yeah, like it just took a little bit more extra time to process, maybe the
Mm.
writing or just something, some element in the song just took some massaging.
Oh, that's a great question. Let's see. I would say the song, so I have one song in the EP called Strange Maze,
Mm-hmm.
and it features Super Duty Tough Work.
Mm-hmm.
And this was just like me and my friend got together and we were like, let's collaborate on a song. He's like, okay, write bars. And I was like, okay. And he's like, it's like, let's do like a week from now. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, oh shit. So it was one of those where I was like, I have little time.
Uh-huh.
And um I was joking with my other friend because I was like, what am I supposed to do? Like go home, sip a tea and write rhymes?
Right.
Like
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
just it's like that's not the vibe. So what I ended up doing was I couldn't stay at home.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I had to write these 16 bars, I actually like hung out with friends
Mm-hmm.
and I was just like really engaged in the conversations with friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I would just like take notes of like things I was thinking about like in the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, oh, like something interesting my friend said, I'm gonna bring this into the rap.
Mm-hmm.
Or like um so I actually did some research into like the history of blackface in CBC
Mm-hmm.
um radio.
Mm-hmm.
And I did that to like bring up uh basically how the stage is still a vaudeville
Mm-hmm.
and racists are still out of the closet. And I referenced Red Skelton, who was this like
Yeah.
comedian, uh, had his own show, etc., and
Yeah.
like did blackface and like was kind of celebrated for it. And then it was kind of like pushed under the rug. And that's
Yeah.
like part of Canadian broadcast history
Mm-hmm.
and like what was upheld, but then also bringing it back to like, you know, during these times where, yeah, racists are out of the closet and they're so emboldened.
Yeah.
And it's like the cycle of history repeating. So I ended up nerding out on that rap in order to complete the rhyme.
Mm-hmm.
And that was really fulfilling
Mm.
because once I got those 16 bars out, I was like, wow, this is all these facts, like historical facts, but also like um, the vibe I wanted to capture and like the feeling I wanted to capture of
Mm-hmm.
like all in 16 lines, which I find kind of cool with
Yeah.
writing.
Yeah. And I love that so much that you went through and did a total deep dive. And it's one of those things that I'm always just, there are so many comedians of today that are so worried about, ooh, I can't do my humor because of X, Y, and Z. But I'm just like, if you're funny, you can be funny no matter what, clean. You don't have to, hurt other people or anything like that. And I love the comedians that just get that. They're just like, yeah, this shit that happened a long time ago is so fucked up. We're not going to do
Mm-hmm.
that because that's not where we're at right now. And yeah, it blows my mind that being, conscientious of other people, aka woke, is so taboo. I'm just like, what's the matter with that's just having manners? Like, shut up, move on.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that that's something that you wanted to tackle, and yeah, it's wonderful. I love that you tackled that.
Yeah, and it's also like it really does take stories sometimes to transcend this real feeling of wokeness. Because I
Mm-hmm.
do understand like the eye roll that follows woke,
Yeah. Yeah.
because it is pushed around, and like
Mm-hmm.
the problem is we're not embodying these like values that we need to uphold in order to like lessen violence in our world.
Mm-hmm.
Like people are not embodying it. It's just become this hashtag, you're so woke. But
Right.
like it's literally in our history, and it's
Mm-hmm.
like happening right now. So I like solid facts,
Yes.
you know,
Yeah.
because it grounds things.
Yes, and it's just like, no, this, this thing that you're like saying isn't real. No, it is. Here's the facts, and of course, if you're in America, people will choose not to believe it because
Yeah.
because they're stupid. Anyway, but and so kind of the flip side to the question, was
Mm-hmm.
there a song on the EP that just kind of fell in place, just like not effortlessly, but just like,
Mm.
oh yeah, this is all coming together pretty quick, smoothly.
Yeah, I just want to know, which is the focus single.
Mm-hmm.
And it literally I wrote it in a night
Mm-hmm.
and we produced a song in a week. So
Ah.
that was wild. Like it was so beautiful to see it come together. Like it was the most joyful experience I've ever had thus far.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was like one of those things where I was like, one night I sat down on my computer and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm gonna make a track that is like, I just want to reflect my inner world.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Mm-hmm.
that's my only intention. And then the words flowed out of me, the beat flowed out of me. I shared it with my friends. They added horns, they rearranged it, added keys,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's my favorite song. It's like a lot of my friends' favorite song that I've
Mm-hmm.
written. And it's kind of interesting how that happens. You just like flow and then it's like good. Like what?
It's almost like I don't believe this is real. Like like how why this song? I get that. I
Mm,
get, again, not a
mm.
songwriter, but I get the idea of like, this can't be real. This doesn't make any sense. This is too easy. Um,
Yeah. And I think we've like as artists, we've convinced ourselves it's like we have to trudge through and
yeah.
we have to suffer. You gotta make suffer to make art,
Yeah,
and
suffer for
like
the art, man.
suffer to
Yeah.
make it. It's
Yeah.
gotta be so like oh. But yeah, it's kind of like it like the smooth sailing feeling. I
Hmm.
think that is probably that should be 90% of art making.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Like yeah.
I love that. It's almost just like, yeah, like, hey, this is so smooth. It's good. So stop questioning it and just move on. All right.
Yeah.
And next song. So yeah. Awesome.
Perfectionism is also like something to something so many of us struggle with.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like one thing I've found helpful is like just um like the time
Mm-hmm.
the time that I had to like complete an EP
Mm-hmm.
was like at the back of my head.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that thing of like it's not that precious. Like just let it flow out of you.
Mm-hmm.
And like who knows, So yeah, I did that, and I also tried my best to just feel the feeling I wanted to feel
Mm-hmm.
while making the art. So that's a little change.
I love that. I love that. Yeah. Sometimes we just kind of get in our way, and it's always nice if we like, hey, let's just take a step back for a second and just really analyze it. And
Yeah.
I love that. So, this is no pressure at all, but this
Mm.
might be the most important question I ever ask.
Mm.
And there's no right or wrong answer. Again, no pressure, but all the pressure. For you, what makes a perfect song?
Whoa.
There we go. There we go.
What? A perfect song. That's a really great question. Um, I would say like when the lyrics really encapsulate for I'm gonna answer for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Like when the lyrics really encapsulate like your best as of now.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's that thing of like I heard it where like you do better than your last show.
Mm-hmm.
Like do a show that's just a little better than your last show.
Mm-hmm.
And for me with a perfect track, I would say like the words have to flow out of me in a way that is really enjoyable so
Mm-hmm.
that like the actual cadence when I'm like spitting the lyrics on the mic, there's like a nice flow so like words aren't clunky.
Yeah.
Um and then where the message is like clear,
Mm-hmm.
where the chords like are soulful
Mm-hmm.
and also kind of dissonant in a way, like some sort of subversion. Because like I'm definitely in music to like subvert shit
Mm-hmm.
and to like disrupt or unsettle
Mm-hmm.
things, but make it soulful.
Yeah.
So I try to bring that in, kind of like bringing nuanced emotions. Like it's happy, but it's also sad,
Mm-hmm.
interesting, something along those lines. And then I think another perfect song is like if you're able to transfer or translate or communicate the emotion
Mm-hmm.
that you feel in the song.
Mm-hmm.
If other people can feel that too, then that's magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. I can't tell you the amount of just super sad like breakup or like death, gruesome songs that I'm just like, oh, this is very beautiful. This should be in I don't know, a rom-com. And it's just like I don't know why I think that way, but I'm just like, oh yeah, this would be good in a like a wedding scene. And my girlfriend just looks at me and just like, what's the matter with you? I'm like, well, first of all, you knew.
Nice.
We're together, you knew, so don't act all surprised. But
You're scoring. You're making imaginary scores for
oh
films.
my
That's
god,
awesome.
oh yeah, that's film is one of my loves, and
Nice. There you go.
and I if I hear a really good song in a sequence in a movie, like that's all I need, and that's my brain telling me, oh, this is the best movie ever, just because of that song and that imagery. So yeah,
That makes sense. That makes sense that you're thinking for all the aspects of a film, because film is amazing.
Yeah.
You kind of got to work with many elements to deliver the story or to serve it.
Yeah, and then when they all line up, again, it's a magical feeling that, yeah, it's yeah. But for the people at home who like to keep track of you, what you're doing on the online, as well as pick up the EP, where can they do that?
Yeah, so it's all on my website, kimmortalportal.com. It's like my little portal on the internet. But yeah, KIMMORTALPORTAL.com. And my newest EP, Sunniest of Days, was just released like a week ago, less than a week ago. So proud of it. And yeah, I'm just on my tour right now. So hitting up SF Pride, Oakland Pride, New York, Ontario, Toronto, and Calgary, Winnipeg. And I'm having a lot of fun. I'm meeting a lot of great people, and like my music's reaching people that need it.
Yeah.
And so that makes me so happy.
Yeah.
So not so content and so joyful. So
good. I listened to the EP and I loved it. There are times
Thank
when,
you.
oh yeah, there's times
Thanks for
when,
listening.
of course, I get sent music, and there's times where I'm like, yeah, let me just listen to the whole thing, and we'll see what happens. Like, not before the first track ended, I was just like, yes, I was sending that email. Yeah, let's set up a chat, please. Let's do this.
Nice. Yay.
So yeah, no, it's a wonderful EP.
Yes.
But I hope that the rest of your tour goes well, and that you continue to do what you do, and uh, keep resonating with the people.
Thank you, Chris.
Of
I
course.
I will keep feeling. I'll keep feeling it all.
There we go. And keep listening to that the younger you, the inner younger Kimmortal, the
Thank you.
child mortal.
Oh. You know
Uh,
what's funny? Wow, I actually spoke to a bunch of high schoolers and
yeah.
they said you should make one of your names Kid Mortal.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's
Like,
your inner.
yeah,
That's the
yeah,
young you.
yeah. Wow.
But I'll let you go. Again, you have a wonderful rest of your day, and keep
Thank
staying
you.
safe and healthy. All right.
Thanks so much, Chris. Take care. Have a good rest of the day.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye.